Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu launches red line commercial operations. Governor Sanwo-Olu attends first Lagos Physical Planning Summit, and Lagos State Government holds a Greek Scholars Quiz competition, induct students to Young Farmers Club. So let's kick off the show from the rail transportation sector. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has kicked off the Lagos Red Line rail commercial operations from Oyingbo to Agbado Station, describing his experience on the ride as smooth and an outstanding one, which will significantly reduce travel time. He encouraged residents along the Red Line corridor to utilize the rail service with 6 trips per day and even promised to bring in additional rolling stocks next year to enhance the Red Line service. Take a look.
The Red Line Rail has officially commenced operation 8 months after President Bola Tinubu commissioned the Red Line train service. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu arrives at the Oyingbo Red Line Rail Terminal to take the first train ride on the Red Line corridor. But just before the trip, the governor addresses the gathering.
It's an inaugural commercial flight, so we need to be on schedule, we need to be on time, we need to be orderly. So what I'm going to advise all of us, if you want to join us on this train ride, you have the opportunity to drop off, or you need to come and join us, on the second floor up onto the platform now. This train is taking off from Oyingbo train station.
It moves round the train from Oyingbo to interact with passengers on board, heading to Yaba, Mushin, Oshodi, Ikeja, all the way to Agbado. Babajide Sanwo-Olu says the project is a promise made and promise kept to reduce travel time of residents.
If you need to leave from Epitemeta or Oyingbo and travel all the way to Agbado, check it and see what it will cost you, on other forms of public transportation. And the fare is not one fare. It will take you, if it has a differentiating fare, which they will explain, to passengers in due course. So it's not going to be just a one fare, fit all. So it's not one stop to one stop. You are paying, that amount. But like we said, we're here to support our citizens, to make life meaningful for them, and more importantly, is to make their journey more predictable. We don't want you sitting in traffic for hours when you can hop on a train and in less than 40 minutes, 45 minutes, you can go from the farthest end, on this train to all the way to Agbado and vice versa. So you can imagine what it will do at peak hours. So you can imagine the number of passengers that this will be carrying. So for us, it's promise made, promise kept.
The Red Line Rail corridor has a scheduled trip from Agbado to Oyingbo, which is from 6 a.m., while the last ride for the day is from Oyingbo to Agbado at 5:20 p.m.
What has been achieved by this engineering feat can only be imagined. A journey that would normally take about 2 hours minimum has taken us only 24 minutes. And that shows that the Lagos State government has the interests of the citizens at heart and is developing infrastructure to meet the needs of the citizens. And this particular one in particular will impact the lives of everybody in Lagos in terms of travel time, in terms of socio-economic development and all of that.
The Lagos State government assures residents of more trains on the Red Line Rail for the benefit of the citizenry.
We just came down from the train at Ikeja station and it took us exactly 34 minutes from Oyingbo. And we had to stop at Yaba, we stopped at Mushin, we stopped at Oshodi, we stopped at Ikeja, where we are right now. So, as you can see, it's been an outstanding experience. It's an experience that we believe will help solve public transportation issues in Lagos. It's an experience that we believe will reduce journey time for our citizens. It's an experience that we believe will ease connectivity. And you can see the train is moving again. It's still going to Agege. It's going to Iju before it gets to Agbado. But we opted to stop here. And I'm sure that all of you have seen that what we're about is about ensuring that we can fulfill all of our promises, especially on the red line. I haven't fulfilled a similar promise on the blue line. There will be regular scheduled flights from Agbado all the way to Oyingbo and vice versa. And the scheduled timing you can see from the various train stations. We're still expecting additional more rolling stock, which will come in the course of our time in the new year.
The Red Line first phase, spanning 27 kilometers from Oyingbo to Agbado, is expected to significantly enhance the transportation options available to Lagos residents, especially those commuting from Agbado, Iju, Agege, Ikeja, Oshodi, Mushin, Yaba, and Oyingbo.
Moving on to the building environment, this time Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has announced that the state government will embark on the construction of an overpass in Ikotun and put other infrastructure in place to build resilience on climate change and secure the megacity status of the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was speaking at the maiden edition of the Lagos Physical Planning Summit, also unveiled the permit identification tag and urged town planners to take the front lead to ensure their activities are done in line with international best practices in the best interest of the people.
In person of architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwa.
The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, former Minister of Works and Housing Babatunde Fashola, Lagos State executive members the Ooni of Ife, foreign partners, stakeholders in the built and environment sector converge on Eco Hotels and Suites for the Lagos Physical Planning Summit 2024 to deliberate on how to sustain the city.
This summit, with the theme Rethinking Lagos, a new vision for regional and integrated mega cities, provides a unique opportunity for us to come together and chart a course for the future of physical planning in Lagos State. We will explore strategies to address pressing issues of implementation, investment, sustainability, and physical planning service delivery. The summit is thus aimed at better positioning the state for investment as proposed in our ODPs. It has brought experts in the field of urban planning, resilience, development partnership, legal and policy analysis, risk management, project financing, governance to explore options available for implementation of the ODPs for sustainable development. Consequently, the maiden Lagos Physical Planning Summit will, for over the next 2 days, explore proposals in the ODPs for implementation, evaluating the levels of implementation, identifying challenges of implementation, associated risks, and the challenges of assessing finance.
Other speakers, including those on the panel session, highlight possible ways of rebranding Lagos and making it livable for all.
Lagos has been identified as one of the cities in Africa that must succeed if Africa is going to succeed. Because of what? Because Lagos is one of the largest growing metropolis all over the world. It is said that there are 20 million people living in Lagos. Now, every of the 20 million people living in Lagos must be catered for. And we must give them services. We must ensure that every individual living in a city like Lagos is by him or herself a growth pole.
The focus has to be, how do we really tap into that strength? How do we get people to really be focused on what the state as a whole is trying to achieve? This will not happen if the people do not know. It will not happen if the people are not convinced. It will not happen if the people do not feel that they're a part of it all. So I think that one of the things that needs to be done is, how do we communicate to the people? How do we win them over? They have to see that the policies are theirs as well to drive. I mean, we are always, every year, once it comes to rainy season, we all become very concerned. Are we going to face floods this year or not? And we see that the people do not realize that when they throw rubbish into the drains, that they're contributing to that problem. They do not connect the fact that floods will come this year with the fact that some months back they've been throwing rubbish into the drains. So it really is a problem of, how do we educate the populace? How do we then also make them see that if we're trying to push Lagos forward, it is our goal. It's the goal of everyone. So I think it's a thing of inclusive participation. It's the goal of really constant information and re-information.
The former Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, who has also ruled Lagos for 8 years, obviously knows what should be done to achieve a new vision for a regional and integrated megacity. One of such is the important role of town planners.
How to organize in a mega city and the kind of mega materials that will be needed. In other city-states, for example, maybe in those kind of cities I've spoken about, maybe it's just one rail line that you will require. Lagos has a concept and a master plan for 7, and we are at 2. So, in that mega arrangement, what is the role of the town planner? Who is the town planner? And I think that for me, as I've argued, the most important member, in my view, of the cabinet of a mega city like Lagos, the most important member, first and foremost, is the town planner. The town planner has not been as vocal as it should be, especially in this environment. The town planner has not taken the driver's seat. We created, for the first time, a building control agency to serve as a check and a balance to the power to approve, which was in one place, and the power to control, which was in another place. We separated them. The long-term objective of this was that once buildings were started, whether during construction or after construction, they will stay up and not collapse. But sadly, the stigma of non-compliance still remains with us. Let me ask Governor Sanwo-Olu to use his power to be a good bully, because we must reclaim the BRT from the tyranny of tricycles, minibuses called Korope, while expanding our waterways capacity in order to achieve our intermodal transport objective. The proliferation of motorcycles, tricycles, and those minibuses on Lagos roads are in clear conflict. They're in conflict with the many commitments we have made on climate change.
Governor Sanwo-Olu goes tough, challenging developers, property owners, professionals in the build sector to desist from taking decisions that will affect the safety of the people.
So whilst we commend the Office of Fiscal Planning for bringing us together at this conference, it's also an opportunity for us to tell ourselves the whole truth and be able to challenge not only the professionals, but each and every one of us that have a role to play. Either you as a financier, you as a lawyer, in whatever spheres, to understand that you have a role to play. Once the planners have set the templates, why would you want to bribe them? Why would you want to compromise them professionally? Why would you want to go around and say to them that, they can make this floor, they can just make it 2 levels up? And that's why these reminders are important for us. It's not all bad cases for the town planners. Working with our transport experts, they've been able to recreate some of this investment as well. And on that trajectory as well, there's a plan for another Ikotun overpass. And you also can see, yes, Ikotun, we're coming there. Yes, we know it's a major gridlock. And by next year, additional 2,000 CNG buses will be in Lagos, completely built, some in Lagos, some outside Lagos, to refleet and to bring back all of our BRT, urban mass transportation initiative, to make sure that it's on track and it's on course. We've seen the issues around Okada, Kekem Napep, and Korokwe, and the rest of it. Apart from them not fitting with our mass urban transportation system, we understand the feeling of our people. And so we were trying to reorganize them and put them at last mile positions, but not for them to begin to crowd our highways and our major motorways. So we believe that alternatives will be provided, and adequate alternatives is part of the things that our rail, our water infrastructure, and now the BRT that will also be given all of the commuters for public transportation in Lagos.
The Lagos State government launched the permit identification tag for physical planning permit, which will make it easy to identify buildings with approvals, and Governor Sanwo-Olu also extended the amnesty period for building approvals to December the 31st, 2024.
Finally on the program, the Lagos State Education District 2 has celebrated another resounding victory at the Lagos Agricultural Scholars Competition and Young Farmers Club induction held at the Adeyemo Bero Auditorium, Alausa in Ikeja. The First Lady of Lagos State, Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, who was at the event, inducted over 700 pupils from both primary and secondary schools across the state into the Young Farmers Club to enhance their knowledge in agriculture and contribute to Nigeria's food security.
Workers in Lagos State are all very well.
The Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems has brought together students from various public and private schools to participate in the Lagos Agri Scholars Quiz competition and induct them into the Young Farmers Club. The wife of the Lagos State Governor, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, arrives at Adeyemo Bero Auditorium to join the students for the competition. The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusonya, who is supervising all projects in the sector, begins the conversation and assures students that there is space for them in the agriculture field.
We want to see this blossom into bigger, greater, and better things. More importantly, we want you students to walk away from here today with renewed hope in your minds, to know that there is indeed a space for you in the agricultural and food systems, and that you can do bigger and better things. You can make great amounts of money as well as give back to society in more ways than you can imagine.
Some teachers and farmers in attendance, including the State Head of Service, encourages them to take interest in farming.
I have a little garden at home. We have tomatoes. I grow tomatoes and pepper. Well, my wife does, not me. But let me claim it too. But she's the one that started it. So we have a little garden where we grow potatoes as well. So I want to encourage all the youths. Don't wait till you finish. You can start now. And you can start earning a little bit of extra income from it, from, there's no bar to you earning money. You can start earning money I started earning money when I was in Form 2. That was, I don't know what you call it now. We call it Form 2 back in the day. So I was maybe 12 or thereabouts. So there's no bar to when you can start earning extra income. And helping your mom and dad at home, they can give you extra income as well. So I want to urge everybody, take this farming very seriously. And like they said, there's no nation that can survive without farmers.
This woman you are seeing here, our First Lady, compulsorily open up to us and tell the council, I got to produce oúnjẹ. And she asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I love snail. I want to be trained to know how to keep snail because of my husband. I don't want any woman to cook anything down. I started with only 100, but today, to God be the glory, courtesy of this woman, the First Lady of Lagos State, I have 4,000 snails in my compound.
You see, to be a farmer shouldn't be a dirty thing. And I want to encourage all our youths. Please, this woman standing in front of you, if I want to introduce myself properly, I will tell you my name is Farmer Omolara Folashade Abimbola Ogutsuyi. That is how proud I am to be a farmer. And please, the earlier, the better. We will never go hunger in Nigeria.
Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu stressed the importance of making agriculture attractive to younger generations, which is also part of the renewed hope initiative of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, called Every Home a Garden.
The idea of introducing these young farmers, young learners to home farming through Young Farmers Club is an excellent way of investing in our children through agriculture. With this initiative, the First Lady of Nigeria is not just planting seeds in the soil, but she's sowing seeds of hope, seeds of resilience, and seeds of economic prosperity for our nation. Agriculture, as we all know, remains the backbone of Nigeria's economy. It has sustained our nation for decades by providing food, providing employment, and raw materials for industries. However, despite modernization and rapid urbanization, it is vital for us to continue finding ways to make agriculture attractive, innovative, and sustainable for the younger generation. This is where the Young Farmers Club plays a pivotal role. By reviving the culture of farming in our schools, we are inspiring our children to see farming not just as a profession, but as a key driver of economic diversification and national development. Through this initiative, we are equipping our students with the skills and knowledge to explore modern farming techniques, mechanization, and sustainable agricultural practices that can transform Nigeria's agricultural landscape. As we induct these young minds into the Young Farmers Club today, I am filled with optimism. These students represent the next generation of agriculture innovators. They are the ones who will help solve challenges such as food insecurity, climate change, unemployment, by embracing agriculture as both a business and a tool for national building. I must commend the Ministry of Agriculture at the federal level and the state level, and all the stakeholders involved for supporting this laudable initiative. Your dedication to the future of our children and the agricultural sector is indeed commendable. In Lagos State, under the leadership of your Governor, Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, we are committed to providing the necessary support to ensure that our youths have the right opportunities and resources to thrive in agriculture. So I've given, and I think the ushers will send it around, our children some seeds. And I think the teachers, please take note. In the next 2 weeks or 4 weeks, you will ask them these seeds that we have given them, how far they've grown. They can measure the length and be sure that they monitor it and tell you the story about how they were able to grow these seeds.
It is now time for the induction of students into the Young Farmers Club.
To the land that God has given to me, to respect it as I till, sow, and water it, to pursue my harvest with zeal, to keep a portion to replenish the fields.
Then the contest begins. About 12 schools had the opportunity to participate in the grand finale of the Lagos Agricultural Scholars Quiz Competition.
Despite Nigeria's potential for agricultural production, give explanation why the sector still faces significant challenges leading to wastage. Your 90 seconds starts now.
Good day all, my name is Jirubi, a representative of Igobi College, Yaba. The potential of our country, Nigeria, to the agricultural structure, the agricultural sector is a remarkable one.
The climate has a drastic change on agriculture, where we have erosion, environmental degradation. We have so many effects like soil erosion. This can cause the pH of soil to move from another area to another, which makes the soil quality and efficiency to be low. And let us talk about the warehousing of the farmers. If you know how to do a loan with the farm, with the farm crops and all, it has to do with the farmer self. Because when climate change affects the farmer can die, and the farm ourselves can collapse due to heavy wind or tornadoes.
Scholars Quiz Champions 2024 are Oriwu Senior Model College!
At the end of the day, Oriwu Senior Model School Ikorodu came tops, followed by Anthony Village High School, while Holy Child College Ikoyi backed the third place.
So this is where we call it a day on this week's edition of the program Dateline Lagos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Remember, be the best you can, obey all state laws, but most importantly, please stay safe always. Till next time, it's bye for now.